Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Halloween to everybody, and I wanted to do a movie review for you guys today. This one's on Spiral from the Book of Saw, and I'll show you guys the cover. This is what it looks like on the Wikipedia page. Hopefully it'll show up right. And yeah, this one came out in 2021, and it was originally supposed to come out in 2020, but COVID screwed up everything. So it ended up being delayed until it was yeah, May of 2021. And what the movie's basically about is that there's this jigsaw copycat killer that's on the loose and torturing people, and basically the police are looking into it and try to catch the person, and that's basically it. And the movie I thought was fantastic. I think it's one of the better ones of this franchise, and I know a lot of people didn't like it. And it got like, I think it's like, yeah, like 5.2 out of 10 on imdb.com, and I think that's way too low. I think it should deserve at least a 7, I think, in my opinion. I know a lot of you probably aren't going to agree with me, but that's perfectly fine, because like I said, from time to time, we're all different. And you know if you agree with me, that's cool. If you don't, then so be it. But yeah, basically this one stars Chris Rock, and he's a detective, Zeke Banks, and he kills it in this movie. Like, it's definitely great to see Chris Rock in a horror movie. It's just so funny that you see him in a horror movie, because he's usually doing, silly, goofy movies, stuff like that. But this is actually one of the most serious movies I've seen him in, and he played it well. He nails it. He even brings some comedy into it, which I thought was great, because he's a very funny guy, and he deserves all the praise that he gets for anything that he does. Very funny man, and also stars Max Minghella, uh, Marisol Nicholas, Samuel Jackson, Chris Ramsey, and a whole bunch of other people. And Samuel Jackson plays um, Zeke's father, and he's a very good part of the movie too. And I was actually surprised to know that he was actually in this one also. I mean, like, he's known for doing obviously serious movies, but he's just one of those actors like you'd never picture to be in a Saw movie. Like Megan Good was in Saw 5, and I actually forgot that she was actually in Saw 5. But it's just shocking to see people that like you probably wouldn't expect to be in the Saw movies. But and some people call it Spiral. Uh, it's known as Spiral sometimes, but I call it Spiral from the Book of Saw. And it's also Saw 9, even though it's Saw 9, it's really a spin-off. Like I said, but I think it's a great spin-off, and I thought the series did. I thought, well, excuse me, I thought this movie in the series worked really, really well, and I liked the traps in this one. Like the traps were very creative, and it was also pretty gory, pretty nasty, like all the other ones are. And John Kramer is not in this one. He is mentioned a little bit, but but he's not in it. Which I'm sure like a lot of you guys probably were probably disappointed that he's not in it, which I can see if you're disappointed that he's not in it. Um but I still liked it, regardless of the situation. And this movie, let's see, I'm gonna look up how well it did. um it did the box office was $40.6 million, and that's quite a lot. um and The budget was $20 million, and they did a great job with making this movie. I mean, I don't care what people say about it. I love the Saw franchise. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. It's up there with Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw, Hellraiser, Leprechaun. You name it. You know, it's just an amazing movie. I haven't seen it since the theater, but I mean, there were definitely some scenes where they were very cringeworthy, like the tongue trap. Oh my god, that trap alone is probably like the best trap in the movie because it's so creative, and even though it's really freaking gross, they pulled it off really well. It looked really cool, and there was also like another trap that was like towards the end that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because if I do, it's gonna be spoiler related, and I'm not gonna get into that. But that was a cool trap too. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. But yeah, I definitely like to revisit this again. Normally, I rewatch movies like before I do like a review, but I've seen it before, and I reviewed all the other Saw movies except for um, Saw 10, which is I'm going to be reviewing next. After I post this one, I'm going to be reviewing it. So I'll post that after I upload this one. So, yeah, the music I thought is really good. The special effects are phenomenal. The acting is good. I like the dark undertone and I know like a lot of you guys are saying, you know, Saw movies are very overrated and overhyped and stuff like that, but you know, I know a lot of you guys are thinking that you know one of these Saw movies is just gonna end. It's just gonna be the same shit over and over and over again, which that is true. Like a lot of the stuff does happen over and over again. You know, it's people getting trapped and stuff like that, and you know trying to figure out a way to get out of the traps and stuff like that. I know a lot of people said they should have ended it after part three, which I can understand why a lot of people feel that way, and how they didn't like how 4 through the final chapter are all shown in like well not the whole movie but like some of it is like some of those movies are shown in flashbacks with that include John Kramer. That's why John Kramer is in all of them even though he died in Saw 3. He's shown in flashbacks 4 through the final chapter for those who don't know, and you know I can see why people weren't really a big fan of that, and I think the reason why they kept going with it is because of you know trying to find newer, newer ways to create unique traps and stuff like that, which is cool, you know, and you know, I think it's a great sequel to the franchise, and I think it's one of the best ones yet. It's definitely better than the final chapter, and because if you guys seen that review, I wasn't too keen on that. I might have to rewatch that one again and give it. Like I might feel differently. I don't know, but you know, same thing with Scream 3. I'll probably have to rewatch that again and give a re-review on it or something because I know if some of you guys have seen my reviews for Scream 3, you probably know that I wasn't a big fan of it back when I said I wasn't. But I mean, I think I might change my opinion on it later on. I don't know, but we'll see. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've seen all the other Saw movies, you definitely want to check out Spiral from the Book of Saw. You won't want to miss it. It is very, very good. Definitely give it a rent or pick it up, whatever you got to do. I don't have it, but I'm definitely gonna be picking it up at some point in the future next year. And thank you guys so much for watching, and stick around. And hope everyone has a fun, safe, spooky Halloween.